Stop what you're doing right now. There are 10 pistols sitting in gun shops and private collections across America that are about to explode in value. And I'm not talking about a slow climb over decades. I'm talking about a price surge that could happen in the next 12 to 18 months. Dealers already know. Collectors are quietly stacking them. And if you wait until everyone's talking about it, you're already too late. This isn't speculation. This is pattern recognition. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which guns to buy before the market wakes up. Here's what most gun owners don't understand about value appreciation. It's not random. It's not luck. It's a predictable cycle driven by three forces: regulation threats, nostalgia waves, and scarcity triggers. And right now, all three are converging at the same time. We've seen this before. The Colt Python, the original Glock 17, the pre-ban AR lowers. Every single one followed the same blueprint. Low attention, high availability, sudden demand shock, price explosion. The pistols I'm about to show you are in that exact window right now. Still affordable, still available, but not for long. Because here's the truth nobody's saying out loud. The secondary market is already moving. Private sales are up, auction bids are climbing, and the smart money isn't waiting for permission. So let's break down the list. These are the 10 pistols you need to prioritize before dealers lock them behind glass cases with a comma in the price tag. Number 10. CZ75 Pre-B models. Most people see the CZ75 and think it's just another metal frame, 9mm. They're wrong. Pre-B models, the ones made before 1991, represent the original Czech military contract design. No firing pin block, no adjustments for the American market. Pure Cold War engineering. And here's the problem. Import restrictions are tightening. CZ switched production focus to polymer frames and modern variants. That means the pre-B surplus pipeline is drying up fast. Right now, you can still find these for $800 to $1,200. In 2 years, try doubling that. Maybe tripling it if import channels collapse entirely. Dealers are already holding inventory off the market. They're not stupid. They see the same supply curve we do. Number 9. Beretta 92S Italian Police Surplus. The 92S is the forgotten ancestor of the M9. It's the gun that proved the Beretta platform could survive military service before the US adopted it. These were Italian police trade-ins. Thousands flooded the market a few years ago at dirt cheap prices. People bought them, shot them, and forgot about them. But here's what changed. The surplus well ran dry. No more shipments. No more crates sitting in warehouses. What's out there is all there's ever going to be. And with Beretta discontinuing older variants to focus on APX models, the collector base is starting to wake up. Prices have already doubled since 2020. They're going to double again. Find one in good condition for under $600? Buy it today. Number 8. Any pre-2013 AR pistol lower. This one's critical, and most people are sleeping on it. AR pistols have been in regulatory limbo for years. The ATF keeps changing definitions. Braces get banned, then unbanned, then redefined. It's chaos. But here's the value trigger. Pre-2013 lowers, before the pistol boom, were stamped and serialized without the political baggage. No red flags. No compliance drama, just a clean transfer. If federal legislation ever forces stricter serialization, registration, or classification rules, these early flowers become gold. They're grandfathered, they're clean, they're transferable without the new framework. Right now, they blend into the market. In 5 years, they'll be the only AR pistol platform people trust to stay legal. Start hunting for them. Don't wait for the headline. Number 7. Smith & Wesson Model 39 Steel Frame. The Model 39 is the gun that started the American Wonder 9 revolution. It predates the Glock. It predates Beretta military adoption. It's the forgotten pioneer. And it's made entirely of steel and walnut. No polymer. No cost-cutting. Just American craftsmanship from an era when Smith & Wesson built guns to outlast their owners. Here's why it's spiking. The concealed carry culture is shifting. People are tired of disposable plastic. They want history. They want heft. They want something their grandfather would have carried. The Model 39 checks every box. And because it was overshadowed by the Model 59 and later the third-gen autos, nobody paid attention to it. Until now. Condition matters. A clean, matching numbers Model 39 in the original box? That's a 4-figure gun waiting to happen. And it's still selling for $500 to $700 in most markets. Number 6. First-gen Glock 17, pre-1988. Everyone knows Glock. But not everyone understands the collector tier forming around early production runs. First-gen Glock 17s, imported before 1988, are mechanically identical to what you'd buy today. But they carry a historical footnote. They were the guns that proved polymer could work. They were the ones the FBI tested, the ones LAPD adopted, the ones that changed the industry forever. And that story is starting to matter. We're seeing auction prices climb, private sales exceeding retail, collectors chasing serial number ranges like they're vintage Colt pythons. If you find one with the original Tupperware box, original mags, and documentation, don't think, buy it. Because in 10 years, owning a first-gen Glock will be like owning a 1911 made during World War I. It's not just a gun, it's a timestamp. Number 5. Browning High Power MKI Belgian-Made. The high power is experiencing a full renaissance, and it's not slowing down. John Browning's last design, carried in 2 world wars, adopted by over 50 nations. It's the gun that bridges 1911 nostalgia and modern capacity. Here's the catch. The Belgian-made MKI variants, produced by FN before production moved to Portugal, are the only ones collectors care about. The roll mark matters. The proof marks matter. The origin story matters. And Belgian production ended. FN isn't making them anymore. The new Springfield and FN reissues are great shooters, but they're not original. They're tributes. That distinction is driving prices. A clean Belgian MKI that sold for $600 5 years ago is now pushing $1,500. And it's not stopping there. Find one. Lock it down. This is the easiest call on the list. Number 4. SIG Sauer P220 West German. The P220 is the gun SIG built before they became a household name, before the P321 military contracts, before they moved production to New Hampshire. The West German variants, stamped, made in West Germany, represent the peak of SIG's European craftsmanship era. They were hand-fitted, they were overbuilt, and they were made in a country that doesn't exist anymore. That's not just trivia, that's market psychology. People don't just want a SIG, they want a piece of Cold War history. They want the roll mark that says West Germany, because it's a time capsule, and the supply is fixed, forever. Prices are starting to reflect that. What sold for $700 3 years ago is now over $1,000. And once the collector blog starts circulating serial number guides, it's going to jump again. Number 3. Colt 1991 A1 Early Production. The 1991 A1 was Colt's attempt to make an affordable 1911 after they stopped GI production. It worked, but most people wrote it off as a budget gun. That was a mistake. Early production 1991 A1S, especially those made in the first 2 years, are mechanically and aesthetically closer to the original GI spec than anything Colt makes today. They're parkerized. They're no frills. They're pure. And here's the kicker. Colt has filed for bankruptcy. Twice. They've been bought out, restructured. Their current lineup doesn't even include a faithful reproduction of the gun that built their legacy. That's creating a nostalgia gap. And early 1991 A1S are filling it. Right now, they're still under $1,000 in most markets. In 5 years, they'll be the gun every 1911 purist wishes they'd bought in bulk. Number 2. Any California-compliant roster gun in desirable calibers. California's handgun roster is a ticking time bomb for the secondary market. Here's the short version. If a handgun isn't on the roster, it can't be sold new in California. And the roster keeps shrinking. Guns fall off. Manufacturers stop paying the fees. Models get discontinued. But here's the loophole. Used guns can still be transferred. And that's creating a private market where roster guns trade at double or triple their MSRP. The Glock 19 Gen 3, $1,200 in California. The SIG P226, $1,500. Guns that cost $600 anywhere else in America are selling for 2 to 3 times that inside state lines. And if California's roster rules spread to other states, or if federal legislation borrows the framework, the entire secondary market explodes nationwide. Smart buyers are stocking up now. They're buying roster guns in free states and sitting on them. Because the moment the regulatory door closes, the value ceiling disappears. Number 1. Colt Python, 2020 plus production. Yes, I know. The Colt Python already commands premium pricing. But hear me out. The new Pythons, the ones Colt brought back starting in 2020, are going to appreciate faster than almost any other handgun on this list. And here's why. First, Colt's reputation is on life support. They've been sold, restructured, and absorbed into CZ. Nobody knows how long this production run will last. It could be 5 years. It could be 50. But betting on Colt's long-term stability is a losing game. Second, the new Pythons are legitimately excellent. They're not reissues riding on nostalgia. They're modern, functional, shootable revolvers that happen to carry the most iconic name in American firearms history. And third, the original vintage Pythons are now priced out of reach for most shooters. A clean 1970s Python costs $5,000 to $10,000. The new ones? $1,500. That's the value play. The new Pythons are the only way most people will ever own a Python. And once production stops, and it will stop, the secondary market takes over. Buy one now. Shoot it. Enjoy it. And in 10 years, you'll own a piece of history that everyone wishes they could afford. This isn't speculation. This is the playbook. Regulatory pressure, import restrictions, nostalgia waves, and scarcity triggers are converging right now. And the guns on this list are sitting in that perfect storm. Dealers already see it. Private sellers are adjusting prices. Auction houses are watching bid patterns. And if you wait until the gun blogs start running investment gun lists, you've already missed the window. So here's what you do. Pick 2 or 3 from this list. Start hunting. Check local shops. Browse private sales. Watch the forums. And when you find one in good condition at a fair price, don't hesitate, because the market doesn't wait for you to be ready. If this video opened your eyes to where the secondary market is headed, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment and tell me which gun on this list you're hunting. And share this with every gun owner you know who's tired of watching prices explode after the fact. Stay informed, stay armed, stay ahead of the curve. This isn't just about buying guns. It's about protecting value, preserving history, and making sure you're not priced out of your own rights.